What's up guys, it's Blyling here, and today I'm going to be bringing you a Vermintide video. It's not really going to be much of a review, it's going to be more of a, just a quick walkthrough to show you what to expect. It's going to be just covering a few opinions, showing you how the game runs, and just explaining a couple of bits for those of you who aren't sure whether or not to buy it yet. Just straight off, for the price of this game, I would definitely say to buy it. At the moment, you can see right now I've just flicked through the character options just so you can quickly see them. But yeah, this game is definitely worth the money. And again, you can see that there's an option where you can upgrade weapons in this game. There's also a place where you can upgrade and enter an item. It gives you a bonus if you upgrade them, and you can break down any items you don't want, and that'll give you pieces. Because what happens in this game is, as you finish levels, you will unlock equipment for various characters, and that equipment comes in varying quality, and obviously the higher the quality, the better the weapon. So the more you play the game, the more you unlock, the more you can start tailoring out your characters. So right now I'm just gonna queue for a game, and I'm doing this in real time so you can actually see how quick the queue times really are. And that was just for picking one particular map, and the queue time was literally less than 30 seconds. So as for the game itself, I mean, as you can see, I've kind of been playing along while trying to just explain what the video is going to be about, basically. And so far, you'd have seen kind of what the game looks like graphically. Personally, I think this game looks really, really nice. They've done a really good job on keeping the game quite clean. But anyway, to give you an idea, before I'm getting way too ahead of myself, this game is a Warhammer Fantasy setting, Left 4 Dead, basically. The point of the game is that you're there to try and stem the Vermintide, which is a horde of rats led by a Grey Seer, who is a horrible wizard that wants to kill the entire world, basically. So in a Left 4 Dead fashion, as you can see, we have 4 players running around on a map, using various weapons to kill hordes and hordes of rats, and some of the special rat types as well. So like in Left 4 Dead, you've got mini bosses, I guess you could call them. So you've got the gutter runner, who's very much like the hunter in Left 4 Dead, who will pounce on you and he'll hold you there, damaging you until one of the party members gets them off. You also have the rattling gunner, who's a rat with a minigun that will pick an enemy and he'll just keep firing at them, meaning that the rest of the party have to deal with them. You've just seen a packmaster, who what they do is they grab you and they drag you away a little bit like the jockey would in Left 4 Dead. And again, it's down to the party to try and free them. You also get the Glombardier, who's a little bit like a cross between the Boomer and the Spitter from Left 4 Dead, where he'll throw around these noxious poison clouds, and obviously you have to stay out of the clouds. And you also have the Rat Ogre, who's very much like the tank, huge bullet sponge basically, and we seem to be glitching a little bit, lagging a little bit there, sorry about that. Had some terrible connections throughout the day. Overall, server standards are fairly high, but I'm going to show you this as the game plays, so you are going to get games where it slows down and stops. That doesn't deter me from the game though, because you get more games where it's smoother than you do sort of glitchy and laggy. I wanted to show you this recording just because you know, I want you to be able to see everything that you can expect. So communication with this game is key, very, very key. With this group in particular, we weren't talking too much. We had a little bit here and there, but it was kind of just ignore each other, get through the mission, and try and get my loot die at the end of the game. Which brings me on to how the loot system in this game works. Is every time you complete a mission, And there's another Packmaster. Every time you complete a mission in the game, you get to roll a series of dice, and how many successes those dice rolls depends how high up the reward chain you go. So it's a very RNG based system, which obviously I know a lot of you don't like, myself included. So to avoid or to try and swing the RNG in your favour, throughout the game you can collect things called tomes and you can collect things called grimoires. Now a tome gives you a slightly better dice and it's more likely to succeed, and you can collect 3 of those in a given map. That I'm aware of anyway, there may be more, I'm not sure. You can then also collect grimoires. Grimoires give you pretty much a 100% success rate on a dice roll, which swings the RNG right in your favour again. Just stopping there, this point here that's coming up was actually a glitch where a Packmaster had dragged an ally up onto a section of the map that we couldn't actually get to. So that's me and the others trying to run around finding a way up, not sure if there was a way to get there. And yeah, you can see that they've been pulled right out of the map, and we can't actually get to them. And there's the Packmaster. But yeah, so the grimoires give you a guaranteed success, but they do knock down a quarter of your health. So if someone's carrying a grimoire, they're going to limit the entire team's health by 25%. And the most grimoires I've found on one map at any given time are 2. So we were running around at half health, but there was 2 dice guaranteed, and I think you roll 5 or 6 dice? Possibly. Yes, between 5 and 7 dice you get to roll. You also get to pick up loot die in the game, which are also slightly better than normal dice. I think their success rate's 3 out of 5 instead of 2 out of 5, which is the standard. And you basically roll those in a dish. But in order to get there, you've got to complete various challenges and missions in order to get to that point. So at the moment you can see that while we've been killing rats and everything looks fun, at the same time there is an agenda, and what we've been trying to do is find a Skaven stronghold, for example in this map, and they've been building some engines of war, and we're going to go and destroy them basically. And once we've destroyed them and escaped the area, we then get to see a victory scene. In the distance you can see set free. That's because the character that was pulled out of the map that we couldn't save obviously died. You're not out of the game completely when you die. You just go into a state where eventually you can be freed. So in this case, this is what I'm doing now. At this point as well, there's also a series of storm vermin that we would have tried to hide from, because some mechanics in the game you can avoid. So at this point, rather than fight an army of, a small horde of storm vermin or commanders, which are very difficult to deal with, you can let them march straight by without even having to deal with them, which is what we were doing. We were holding back, letting them go. But rather than keep you for too long, we're going to move ahead now, and I'm going to show you what the victory screen looks like. Okay, so when you finish a mission, this is the screen that pops up, and like I was mentioning the dice beforehand, first off it shows you a little bit of experience gain. Every time you gain a level, you get given a weapon for free. And this is the dice pool, so we didn't gain any bonus dice, we only got the standard dice. And obviously those are the success rates based on tomes, bonus die, and grimoires, and you can see I only got 1 success, so I only went up the reward tower 1, which gave me a standard white, something that was broken down or used in an upgrade. Just a standard hatchet for the witch hunter. And you then move on to a screen that shows you the high scores of the characters and so on, and a little list showing you exactly where you can go from there. So you can choose to either play a random map, play the next map, or go back to the inn. And that's pretty much all there is to show you, really. If there are any questions about the game, please do ask in the comments box. I've had a lot of fun playing this game, and I'm going to keep playing this for quite a while. This has been more of a practice video, just to see what my what sort of quality I can put out. I'll be using this more for testing where I can improve, so please, if there's any advice or any tips that you've got, do add those in the comments as well. Hit the like button if you've enjoyed the video. Let me know if you plan on getting Vermintide. If you do, you know, who knows, maybe we could play a couple of games together on over Steam. And I hope you enjoy what you see. Let me know what your opinions are, and also please do subscribe if you'd like to. There will be a lot more content coming soon, most importantly Fallout. I'm going to be doing a lot of Fallout videos as of next week when that's released. Thanks a lot, guys. Catch you in the next one.